performance, intelligent automation in finance. And for this, I would like to invite on stage Ms. Vidya Sarathy, who is the whole-time director and chief finance officer at 𝗕𝗓𝗏 India. Giving a brief introduction, she is the CFO and whole-time director at 𝗕𝗓𝗏 India and the Indian listed entity of 𝗕𝗓𝗏 US and independent director and board of 𝗕₝𝗏𝗏𝗏 India Limited, Bangalore. She has held various senior positions heading finance, legal and taxation in large MNCs and prior to her role in 𝗕𝗓𝗏 India. In her corporate journey, she has had extensive opportunities to work with different countries and has set up entities overseas. With this, please welcome Ms. Vidya with a huge round of applause.
Yeah, good morning to all. Very happy to be here today with spending time with you. I'll just take you through in corporates, how do we see finance as an organization which will help business and also to kind of work together with other functions. So first of all, when we as CFO, we need to understand what is the stakeholders' expectation and how do we manage that. So whatever asked is with the CFO, they always say, what is the profitable financial performance? How have you performed, irrespective of whether it is a COVID time or otherwise, how is the company performing? That is a general expectation. Then they also compare with similar corporates to say that corporate has done this well and what is that our company is doing. So that is also one of the expectations that we meet. Then what is the value creation we do for the investors community? Crisis management, this is also a very important aspect to it. How do we manage crisis? Are we fully prepared to manage any kind of exigencies that can come our way during our operations? And also the global expansion, how can we expand globally? And of course, we have the statutory requirements which expects accuracy and completeness of reporting and transactions with business partners, if we have our vendors, we have our customers, how do we do transactions with them, how do we record the transactions, and therefore we have to also be integrated with our business partners. We would not be any further be able to work as a single company. We always have to be connected with other communities as well. So if you see the 360-degree view, in the past, the coverage was how are you managing your assets, employees, your customers, suppliers, and partner relationships, investors and creditors and bank accounts. So this was the major work, I would say, or activities a finance organization was taking care. But now it is much more, it is more into technology infrastructure. In addition to this, how are you integrated together with other functions and what are the different kind of automations you have, what are the different kind of technologies you are able to bring into the areas, as well as the management of cyber security. So more of technology and more of tools, then we are also susceptible to different risks that we have, IT risks that we have. So cyber security is also one of the important aspects that we need to be aware of and also be able to safeguard our data that will be there and not leave it to the hackers. So these are all the important present requirements also for the finance function. So finance to drive digitalization, this is what I would think that we need to do. What are the scope and benefits of this digitalization or automation? One is, of course, speed is there. Then accuracy of when there is no much manual intervention, you have accurate information flowing. The operating efficiency across functions, adoption to newer technologies with short lead time. So if you have to keep changing your technologies, as we are aware, it becomes very obsolete. Whatever technologies we use today, it can become obsolete in another 6 months' time. So if you are digitalized, if you are automated, it will be also helpful for us to get into newer technologies faster. Then also the volume management can be handled much more effectively. So you are not really puzzled with the higher volumes that keep coming with growth of business. You are able to handle the volumes at across the organizations. Then data analysis to take strategic decisions. So if you are automated, you have different kind of tools, it's all digitalized, so you are able to take faster strategic decisions, which is very important for keeping you your profit numbers at which you are staring at. Then faster qualitative reporting. So before, it took a lot of time to close your monthly accounts on a monthly basis and then do analysis of what happened in the month and what should be the actions for the next month. Now, with all these integrated, connected functions, what we could do is we are able to even globally close the accounts in 3 days time. That's really very remarkable thing. We are actually spread across 64 countries, but we are able to consolidate accounts across 64 countries and release the accounts within the financial performance, I would say, within 3 days time. So all these things is just possible because of all the automated systems we have. Then it also helps in compliance. If you have these systems captured, all these documents captured in systems, so it is also very easy to do a compliance which is required for all the tax reporting. Then audit of exceptional reports. Since the data is already there, we have data analytics which helps us in taking an audit, getting an exceptional report. So you just say that these are standard. If there are some kind of exceptions, you can set, you can map it, and then you are only looking at the exceptions to see whether it is okay or something has gone wrong. So it helps in that. It also ease of work from anywhere and business continuity. So in COVID times, we really did not have any problem of connecting with people. The audits were happening at the right time. So we are listed entity. We need to close our books and then get it audited also on a quarterly basis. So all this was possible because of our automation and digitalized documents. So even now we follow work from home procedure. That means we have given the flexibility to the employees to work from anywhere they want, and therefore this is all possible because of these kind of automated integrated systems that we have. And we are also, the business continuity is there because we are connected to the customers, we are connected to the vendors, irrespective of from where we work. Then it also helps in segregation of duties conflict. What I mean here is when you have each function has its role. So the access is given only to the people who have a need to know basis, where they need to perform certain task, or the persons who need to view the system. So access is very much restricted, and therefore the controls are also set in there. What we have done is we have built intelligence across processes. As I said, our role is mainly profit maximization and how do we deliver the profit that is expected of us. So we see every process and we try to work with the functions so as to pay whether the sourcing is paying the right price. So for this we have the vendor information. How many vendors are there globally? I'm saying it's not only in India, globally the vendors that are there for a particular product, and then that information is available to all the sourcing functions across the globe, and they are able to select between the vendors and see who is able to do what at what price and what is the delivery time. Those decisions they are able to take. Then intelligence of material pricing for sourcing decisions is available. Then process automations of payables is also done using artificial intelligence or robotics you use, so that you are able to make your vendor payment faster and also accurate. Then automatic reconciliations is also what we have done. So we have just removed all the pain points that can be there across functions, and then help them only to use their intelligence to work. All these things we have done methodically across the globe. Then vendor communication also, we have portals where the vendor can automatically come and see which are the payments has been done. So there is no interaction, or we don't have to, like earlier times, tell the vendor that we have paid this payment and that is the invoice. There is no discussion at all required, so everything is automated. They can just go to the portal and see when the payment is due and when it is likely to be paid. So all those things are all automated, so that it also facilitates, it helps people to get their information on time. Then vendor financing also we have done. So when we have this vendor kind of list as to which vendor will require support on financing, all those data analytics we do. So data analytics is part of every function. So there we then talk to the banks and then see how we can facilitate the vendors for their payments and financing also. Then localization. So these information on the vendor availability, their pricing, then localization. So these, we also do a lot of localization to reduce the import costs and other things. So what we do from finance, we build this intelligence across process. So this is the source to pay function, how they work. And then similarly, supply chain and inventory management. Here again, they know where to source from because it's available to them that where the vendors are situated and which routes they have to use, especially in COVID times. There were a lot of port congestions with there. So we had to use alternate destinations, alternate things. So this was all very helpful for us because these information was captured, available, and the data analytics also helped us. Then visibility of the customer orders. So the supply chain is able to get the visibility of the customer orders and then plan their inventory. The lead time is also there. So accordingly, we have built intelligence in the supply chain management also. So what we have done from finance, we have given targets to different functions. What is there, how are they measured at the end of the day? So if we say that you have to just maintain maybe 30 days of inventory or 45 days of inventory. So even though the business requires more inventory to serve the customers, there will be a conflict between the two, but then they manage it out and therefore the system across becomes very effective. Similarly, customer management. So here we have preloaded product pricing that is there and it's all in the system. So there's no manual intervention to go and change the prices. Unless the price really changes and someone has to do the input part of it. And then differential pricing for volume discounts we are giving. So all those things are all in the system and automated. Then market information on similar products, that is also available. So the business teams or the sales and marketing team will be able to get information as to how to price the products. So they don't price more or they don't price less. We give the appropriate right price to the customers. Then integration with customers to automate payment against invoices. So we have also have a tool with the customer itself where the customers can log on to the tool. All the invoices that are pending for payment, it gets listed down there. They can select the invoices and they can make the payment. So that in that way we reduce customer reconciliations to a large extent, because otherwise we had a pain of the customers making the payment, but we are not sure against which invoice they have made the payment. So in order to apply the cash against the invoices, we have taken this tool and automatically the customer can make the payment selecting the tool. It is very simple, as it's almost like equivalent to doing a Google Pay transaction. So this also makes it very easier. Reconciliation becomes much faster. Then the data analytics that we have built gives an aging analysis. So we are able to stop business where the customers have not paid for more than 6 months or so. We just want to stop business there. Then we also have credit analysis of the customers. Every year we do this of the financial worth of the customer itself. If they are not good or if their financial things are coming down, then we either increase the collateral security so that our receivables are secured. So that also we have done. Then we also have bank funding for the customers. We also talk to the customers looking at their report. We get a report like which customers might need funding. So we have a tri-party agreement with the bank, the customer and we. And this also helps us in enhancing our treasury income. We are able to lend to the customers at a certain interest rate and we get a better advantage of the interest rates. So it's a sharing between win-win for all the things, bank, customer and the company. So this is how we manage our customers. Human resources, again, the skills of the different individual is again put in the system. Skills availability is there. This is again global. So now with COVID, we have more learnings from here. We know that if I need somebody to support me for some time and that person is sitting somewhere in some other part of the world and the skill is available, then I can just say that I will take the collateral, let him have a collateral responsibility with India for about 6 months, 1 year, and this helps in using the resources more effectively across the globe. Not only in finance, it is used in all functions. So this we have done in employee engagement. Then therefore it also helps the employee to grow. Employee also gets dual responsibilities, or he may want to work for a different function but there may not be requirement for a full-time employee. So the employee also grows, the company also is able to make use of the resource effectively across the globe. Then we promote work your way, as I said, to give employee flexibility to work. And we also have automated systems to which we use for all the payment to employees and other things. And employees are also able to see their tax computation, how much the tax they will be paying for the yearly income that they will have. So different types of automations are there. Then they can go and take their pay slips automatically in their employee portal. So these things also we have automated. Then the company policies, what we have done is with respect to the payment to employees, the claims that they are entitled, the travels that they make. So all the company policies, their entitlements are all put in the system. So once the claim is made, automatically the system checks the claim with respect to the with the allowances that they are entitled, and then the payment happens to the employee. So everything is again automated there, so there is no requirement for any manual intervention. Similarly, automated process on increments. For example, if we say that there is an annual increment of certain percentage to the certain employees with certain grades, what we do is we just have some 3 slabs. So whichever performance rating that he has got, automatically there is a percentage linked to that performance rating, and his salary get enhanced, and he's also getting a letter. So everything is there in the system itself. There is no personal required for sending separate letters to the employees and all that. So that also has been automated. And again, for the travel volumes, we have concentrated our requirements. It is not like in India, Asia Pacific, we have different countries, a group of countries which are grouped together, and one center of excellence is there in for every support. And then therefore we are able to get larger volumes, and we use all these robots to also help us in settling the claims faster. So finally is the financial reporting. So therefore we are integrated across systems, and modules are also automated. This helps us in faster month-end transmission, because globally in US, if they have to complete the consolidation of all the entities across 64 countries, and then release the accounts, because we believe that faster you get the financial performance of the previous month, it enables the business to understand where they went wrong and make more decisions at a faster pace for the next month. So therefore, all these things are possible because of all these automated systems we have. So once the thing is over, we just have that monthly run we have, and then we just check the exceptional reports, and then we transmit the accounts, and therefore it is very easy and accurate also. So we have certain exceptions like balance sheet exception. We just go into the exception report, see whether it is fine or it's, any corrections are required, and then we do that. And we also have standardized monthly reports. Once the information is done, transmitted, consolidated, then every country gets a standardized monthly report which is very relevant on the business performance, and lots of reports are being just, it will just come to you in a report form. There's nothing to be done manually again on all this information. So standardized reports are there, which is also available for different stakeholders. Intercompany reconciliations also we do, because there is a lot of imports and exports happening between companies across the group. So therefore this intercompany also becomes a very a difficult exercise. So this also we have an automated report, so we can easily do the reconciliations on that, and we depend more on data analytics to improve our business. So what I would conclude is finance can really drive through the organization and be a big value add to business. So it is no longer just sitting and checking certain things and see whether your report is fine, but you can really drive through, make all the processes adhere to different tools and different automations, and see that they give because every function can give you a benefit. So if we are able to accumulate it, then we are able to see very good profits, and we are selling at the right price, and we are buying at the right price, and we are also able to deliver to the customers at the right time. Wherever we have promised, we are able to deliver. So this is my what is that I wanted to kind of share our processes with you. Thank you.
Great. Thanks a lot, Vidya ma'am.